Over the past 5 years, we've been following the search for erased African-American cemeteries across the Tampa Bay area. And tonight, a Clearwater business owner is speaking out for the first time after filing a lawsuit over hundreds of graves archaeologists found on their property.
10 Investigates' Emerald Morrow sits down one-on-one with the president of FrankCrum and talks to community members who say that they are hurting because the city has failed to properly address this grave dilemma.
It just feels like any progress has largely stalled over the last couple of years.
A grave discovery shaking the conscience of Clearwater.
It makes you want to just ask questions why.
In the old Clearwater Heights community, 328 graves from the St. Matthew's Baptist Church Cemetery found a few years back under the FrankCrum business property and along Missouri Avenue.
Several times the graveyard was built on top of, and somebody had to know.
Developers destroyed this historic black cemetery after mounting property taxes forced the church to sell the sacred site back in the 1950s.
There was a promise made that with the sale of the property that these remains would be removed and to an appropriate or another cemetery. That never happened.
Now, FrankCrum President Matt Crum is speaking for the first time since suing the Clearwater Community Redevelopment Agency over this 1998 development agreement.
The city put in that agreement, yes, we guarantee and warranty that all the remains that were here had been removed. We bought this property and we had no idea.
Do you blame the city for this?
At this point, I do. The city owned this property at one point. There's a development agreement that says that they should move it, and frankly, even if there wasn't, I personally think that it's the responsibility of local government to step in when your citizens, an issue like this has happened.
A city spokesperson said there's no comment on pending litigation and that the CRA is a separate legal entity.
I didn't really learn this, but this is another example of our history is messier than we'd like it to be at times. And I've learned that, unfortunately, people and organizations and institutions don't always do the right thing when there are historical wrongs, and that's disappointing.
Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
Emerald has been covering the search for other erased and destroyed black cemeteries for years now. You can find all of her coverage right now on 10tampabay.com/erased.